MMA Underground with Buddy V, the Canadian. But today we have the Yankee.
I'm only here for a minute. Once the Canadian gets in here, I'll get out of his way and let him do his thing. He's having some technical difficulties. So that seems like the theme of the day, though, technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Right. And look who we have below. The one and only Ryan Dalton.
I guess the legend.
Yeah, I didn't want, I was trying to think of a nickname for myself, but I didn't want to be I didn't want to be cocky about it. So I was just like, let's just, I kind of lowballed myself and I went with legend. I lowballed myself on that one.
That's the lowball. Hey, I
didn't want to be cocky. I hate when people are being cocky. It's just something I don't like. So I was just like, all right, let's just go with legend. It's fine.
Right, yeah. Cocky and confidence, there's a difference.
It's totally. So I just went with that. And I made sure I tagged Mr. Face from Street Beefs, let him know about this, and I just let it be known, if fear is a factor, obviously I 100% understand, and just enjoy your night. And guarantee he's not coming on because he can't battle me on the mic. He certainly can't battle me in the ring. It's a lose-lose for him, so he better just sit at home,
Dang, he's calling him out right then and there.
Well, yeah,
he knows Face knows he's got an open invitation though, anytime he wants, but
he definitely said not attending and sent that invitation right back, just like a wedding invitation that you're not going to. So
yeah. And it's crazy because it's like you're a comedian, you're a fighter, and I love it because you talk shit, but you back it up. And we actually were talking before about a bare knuckle fighter, Brandon Lambert, where he talks shit. He's in his fights, flipping off the camera, but then he's backing out of fights. He's losing every fight. Which brings me to my very first question, actually. Yeah. Do you feel that you kind of have like a step above other comedians, knowing that you don't just talk the shit, but you really will back it up 100%?
On comedians?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll beat up every comedian in the room. Yeah. I mean, on top of it, like any type of comedy competition, I've won 4 comedy competitions. I signed up for 5. I got second place on the 5th one. But yeah, any type of competitions I've signed up for, and on the comedy scene, I'll run the room. So yeah, I'm a comedy club champion. I did a thing to win your own morning show. I beat out 64 DJs to get my own radio morning show. And any type of competition I'm obsessed with. And then I'm a UFC fan. I'm a WWE fan. So I signed up for a jiu-jitsu tournament. Never did jiu-jitsu, but I'm a black belt visually in jiu-jitsu because I watch so much UFC. It's like I study it. I know what's going on. I watch it so much. It's like reading the textbook. And I got a bronze medal, hence on the wall of the man cave right there. That's the bronze medal hanging up. I choked a dude out, hit him with a guillotine. Will never, and I've never done it before. These people train. I went there and I was cutting videos on how I'm going to just run the room. And I didn't run the room. I did lose to one guy. I don't want to talk about that. That was a sour note. But yeah, I left with a bronze and I've never done it before. It was just through watching UFC. And then hence why with boxing, I was really good in the Fight Night video game. If y'all know about that, I'm dirty. I'm dirty in Fight Night. And so I was like, let me just throw out some promos for boxing. And I went for celebrity boxing. I started calling out their light heavyweight champion. And I got a message saying, yeah, he'll fight you because you pissed him off, And I went 3 rounds. He dropped me in the 2nd round, but we got back up. I lost a decision. I believe the judges had it wrong. I'm not going to lie, but I did lose to the heavyweight champion on my first fight. And the 2nd fight, we won due to disqualification. The guy came in with different weighted gloves. People are trying to cheat to beat me because I just insult them so much. Any which way they can beat me, they're going to go for it, Then the 3rd guy, I had a fight coming up in March. He got fired a week beforehand because he was talking just so much shit. I don't know. I believe he tried to find a way out. So it's hard to find an opponent. Kimbo Slice Jr., I challenged him. He agreed upon it the last time in June. And I keep blowing up his page because he said he would fight me. Now he has another opponent. So I won via forfeit. So I beat Kimbo Slice Jr. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Well, I got your next opponent for you. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it Jamie Foxx who just put a beating on somebody for Russian Dave Chappelle?
I would beat all of them up. But it's like with that Will Smith, Chris Rock thing. I'm anti-rude. I love doing crowd work, but I won't attack. I never mean to the audience. He did take a jab at Jada, and he got pissed. And you could do crowd work, but be nice. I challenged Scarface. I never said a bad word. I never insulted him. All I said was that I could totally beat him up, and I was supposed to, there was a fight brewing between me and Demon Monsoon, Demon Warrior, whatever he's changing his name to, and that was brewing. But on the Street Beef scene, because I'm a huge Street Beef fan, hardcore, subscribe, know all the fighters. It was just like, why am I going to waste my time fighting a pawn in Street Beefs when I can literally move my piece a couple more due to the platform that I'm on, and I can hit checkmate on the king of Street Beefs. So let me just get rid of Scarface and let me just hit checkmate, So that's where I'm at,
Yeah,
I'll beat up Demon Monsoon because he when I put up the video with Scarface, he started the Demon Monsoon was cursing at me in my private message box. He was like, "What the fuck is this bullshit? You're supposed to fight me." And I was like, "Whoa, first off, chill with the language. All right, we don't need that. This is a fight. We don't need bad language. I'll beat you up in due time. Don't worry. I'm like, I'll squeeze you in. I'm like, dude, literally, I could jab him and he will go down. So I'm like, I literally could, I could just, if I was at work, I could take a break. I could meet him somewhere, jab him, knock him out, and I could get back to work within the half hour.
Hey, that's what to do it. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right.
You got to do it right. And all I need is little, I mean, there's going to be a drive. So I literally need 5 minutes to take out, Demon Monsoon. And then Scarface, Scarface is a big dude. I'll give him credit. His technique looks a little, if a face, says a million words. And yeah, I would just like to just topple, the king. Let me get rid of the king, and then I feel like I'll run Street Beefs at that point.
So if you fight Face, would that be celebrity boxing? Would that be Street Beefs? And
I'm under contract.
Are you really underestimating Face that much?
Yeah, no, I just know what I'm capable of. I'll beat the snot out of him, that's for sure. Hence why he's not even coming on. I mean, if he had any confidence that he could beat me, he would jump on to at least say his piece. But he knows I'm going to kick his ass because you just know. I think fighters know the confidence level. Like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's probably going to whoop my ass, So, no, I would like to fight Face at celebrity boxing, get him under the lights. Get all of his followers, all of his street beefers to watch the fight. And then, just knock him unconscious in the ring. And, do it on pay-per-view. That's fantastic. In a nice ring as opposed to a backyard. I don't want to get my shoes dirty, I got ski shoes, because I got all colorful sneakers,
Celebrity boxing needs to do celebrities versus street beefs. They just a whole card, celebrities versus street beefs. Get it in there. The pay-per-view numbers will be crazy.
Are you well? So let's say there's 5 fights on the card. I would elect myself. I've watched Street Beefs. So I would go through all 5 guys that Street Beefs pick, and I would just run them down one after another. And the main event would be me versus Scarface. So that's cool. So I'll beat up any 4 guys. And then I'll just take out Scarface for the finale, So that works. I'll bring that up.
If you had ever done something like that in writing, oh man, I would pay good money. Cause he's gonna fight 4 people and then Scarface. Shit,
yeah, let me get 4. Let me get 4. Let me get Nighttime Guru. Give me Baby Hulk. Give me all my faves. Storm Chaser. That other guy. Oh god, Shishkinami. Who's the guy who wears all the red?
Shinigami.
I love him. He is cool. I'm gonna give him props. Would I beat the snot out of him like that? But he is cool. He's cool. I would like to beat him up. Baby Hulk. If it was an MMA match, Baby Hulk give me trouble because that dude, he's a handful, but he's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lord.
Lord Bestaban.
What?
Was it Lord Bestaban?
Yeah, I've met him already. I have a picture with him. When he did celebrity boxing. He was in the corner of the one guy who was fighting Tretch's son, and we shared an elevator, and I was nerding out on him because I'm like, oh man, you're a part of Street Beefs, you're one of the refs. That's so cool. Man, what about Baby Hulk? He didn't really give me the time of day. And do I want to beat up the Lord? Yeah, sure I do. But Lord's got skills. Lord is that's a camp. I would have to put in some time to. Lord knows what he's doing. Scarface doesn't know what he's doing. A lot of guys on Street Beefs don't really know what they're doing, but Lord knows what he's doing. So I would have to put in the time to beat up him because I'm going to give him props. He's good. He's good. He's probably the best guy I've seen on the show. I'll give it that.
Fair enough.
Lord's a problem. Lord's a problem. Like, could I beat him like that? But he's a problem. Like, I'm gonna have to put in time to get him. You know.
You watch all the branches too, or just
right
the
now,
OG?
if Scarface walked into my man cave right now, I could whoop his ass and I'll throw him out of my house. You know. Demon Monsoon, I'll throw his ass out of my house. Nighttime Girl, throw his ass out of my house. Baby Hulk, gonna be a problem. But I eventually will be able to grab him, give him a wedgie, and then throw him out of my house. But he would be an issue because I know he'd be going after my leg. So I'd have to power bomb him out of my house. And, you know, it would be great for my Ring doorbell because that would be a lot of people getting thrown out like DJ Jazzy Jeff in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. So
Yeah.
I would be launching them, just lawn darts just out of my house, you know. But Lord, he is an issue. He would be my toughest opponent. If I was to challenge everybody, I think he would land a couple goodies because I'm honest. I'm a badass, but I'm honest. He would click my jaw a couple times. I'll give him that. He's probably the best guy I've seen out of everybody on the roster, you know, so I'll give him that. But I would still beat him. I mean, don't put your money on him. I'll find a way. That's what I do.
Heck yeah. I was gonna say, so do you mostly watch the OG branch, or do you watch something like West Coast, Scrapyard?
No, I watch all of them. No, I definitely watch all of them. I mean, whatever one pops up, you know, I click it. There's one guy. Oh God, who's the guy who wears purple?
Storm Rider.
He's the jobber. I'm sorry, and I don't want to be rude to him, but talk about a dude who he goes in there and he just gets his ass beat. I mean, it's just like once I want to watch his fights because I want to see the other guy, you know, beat the snot out of him. So he's entertaining because he gets beat up all the time, you know.
Dang.
He's the Brooklyn Brawler. He's the Brooklyn Brawler. He's the Barry Horowitz for all the WWE fans out there. He's the jobber. You know, he's the guy if someone wants an easy win, throw him against a dude in the purple, you know.
Dang.
And then you could just smoke him. He's out. Yeah.
I was like, Storm Rider, if you're watching, you better be starting to hit the gym. You better come out and whoop some ass next fight.
Yeah, he better because we're just getting laughs. I'm like, oh geez, Storm Rider's at it again. Let's watch him get worked, you know. So
damn. So you're great at talking shit. You're a comedian, this and that. Obviously, this seems like a natural gift or something like that. So when you did you fight growing up, poking at people, talking shit to them too, or?
No, never fought. My first fight was against the light heavyweight champion. Then
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but how do you talk like that and not have got into a fight?
Well, good question. It's because first off, I think I'm intimidating. You know, I'm 6'1", I'm about 215. I look as if I don't want to mess with that kid. You know, I was gonna say the F word, but I'm gonna PG it. And I think it's just like I don't want to mess with him because this dude's big. You know, I'm not a micro machine. I'm a monster truck. So it's like no regular automobile is going to come at me when they think this dude's probably just going to run over me if I do. So there's a lot of levels to that. I think I scare people. And then when people get to know me, they're like, oh, wow. And he's funny, but he can also talk. So it scares fighters because the fighters who can talk, they're literally going to get embarrassed on the microphone and they can tell that, you know, hence why, you know, Face isn't coming on because I'm just going to bury him. And then if he actually gets me in the ring and I bury him there, I mean, it's just embarrassing, you know, and then a lot of people don't want to fight me because they know I'm never going to drop it. I'll occasionally send you a video, a reminder that I done whooped your ass. So a lot of fighters don't want reminders, but I have no issues sending as long as the video's funny. As a comedian, that's what we do. It's got to be entertaining, you know. So I will let you know in a funny way, of course. You might not find it funny, but your peers will, that I done whooped your ass. And we will, you know, we'll relive that moment over and over and over again, so, and that's what scares people more than the fight. They're scared of the aftermath. They're scared of the beforehand too.
Yeah. Because especially if it's going online, if it's on pay-per-view, they don't want to be the one getting knocked out. They don't want the one that everyone's sharing being made a meme out of when who was it? Something Robinson that fought one of the Paul brothers?
Oh yeah, I mean the Jake Paul, they know what they're doing. I don't like them. I do want them to get beat up. I wanted Woodley to beat up the Pauls so bad. Yeah. But Chael Sonnen, he's my 5th favorite fighter. I got my top 5, but he's my 5th favorite fighter, and the guy knows how to sell the fight, and it is all about hyping up the match. Hence why I'm a big WWE fan. It's all about hyping up that fight, and I love hyping up the fight. That's the best part. Getting hit in the face, I hate it. I'm not gonna lie, it's not fun, but it comes with the territory of the press conferences, the interviews, and all that good stuff. That's why I don't like sparring. I don't like going to my gym because they don't want to hear me talk. They just want to see me fight. And I'm like, guys, but I'm funny. But yeah, at the time, they don't care that I'm funny,
Right.
Who's the top 5?
What?
Top 5. Who's the top 5 fighters for you?
Oh, my fighters. Mirko Krokop, number 1. Love that man. That dude's awesome. Number 2, Matt Hughes. I interviewed him. I would Facebook message him about workout tips. He would always hit me back the next day. And I'm like, dude, Matt Hughes is freaking awesome. Number 3, Stephan Bonner, another guy that I interviewed, and we just talk, it's so cool. Number 4, Kimbo Slice. That's my dude. 5 would be Chael because he's awesome on the mic. So
I thought you were going to run down like 5 of the best talkers for some reason. I don't know. It didn't go there.
Yeah, Krokop talk, but oh man, those kicks are so badass. I'm just a badass fan, When Gonzaga beat him, it broke my heart when he got knocked out with a kick. It killed me. But, yeah.
Did you watch some of that UFC 274 recently?
Oh yeah, I watch all the UFC. Yeah, no, I have all of them on DVD. There you go. That's the man cave section. Every single UFC we have on DVD, even the bootlegs, since they don't sell them anymore. I got to go on eBay and buy the DVD. Just so I can because when I'm working out, I want to watch, UFC. I got to be in that mode,
Yeah, I got to try that. I usually put music on. I might have to put that on instead. Huh.
Yeah, no, it's better to watch the fights. And then when they take a break, I take a break, So it's like you do the rounds, you just keep punching the punching bag. When the bell rings, sit down, have water. When the bell goes off, get back in there. So
shit, I'm going to try that.
That's not bad.
So,
that's not bad.
You like all sorts of fighting, this and that. I was cracking up because I saw somewhere you said how you thought bare knuckle fighting was like caveman fighting, and I saw you were supposed to fight Cody Travis. Did you ever fight him? I couldn't find the fight.
He's the one who got fired because he started, because as for celebrity boxing, I guess I would say I'm the heel. I'm the guy who everybody wants to see get beaten up because I talk so much stuff. So he was trying to overheal me, I would like to say. So he was bad mouthing everybody, and he was bad mouthing Damon, who's the owner of Celebrity Boxing. He was bad-mouthing Damon's brother, who runs the Bare Knuckle Federation with like Paige Van Zandt and all that. So he started just going over the top, and Damon fired him because he's not like, this guy's not going to make fun of my family. He's not going to make fun of me, and I'm going to, pay this man. So we let him go because he was just trying. He didn't know what to do when you're trying to badmouth. You don't go after your opponent. You don't go after the owner of the promotion or their family. Yep. But at the same time, I think he was looking for a way out because he knew I was going to probably beat the snot out of him. So he did the right thing, to be honest. He did the right thing.
Damn.
That was probably the best thing he's ever done for himself because I was definitely going to play a whooping on him. So.
See, and it's crazy because you have this confidence. You fight. You're a heavy hitter. But it's crazy. You said your very first fight was that fight against Kimbo Slice's son. What were your nerves like?
Oh no, I've been trying to fight Kimbo Slice's son. He bailed out. He took another opponent, but
it was that light heavyweight. Sorry,
we did a verbal handshake. It was like a verbal handshake. He said, "I'll fight you in June," and that means that's locked in. That's a verbal contract. Then he takes somebody else. So I'm like, oh, so you done forfeited. So I won. So technically, I guess I'm 2-1. But no, my first fight was against the light heavyweight champ. And my wife made me take boxing lessons. I thought I could just go in there based off my video game knowledge and fight this guy who's 8-0. I realized and this is for anybody who's pursuing boxing, definitely go to boxing school, because video games and real boxing, a little different, you know.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You know, I didn't really know how to throw the punches as I thought I knew. But no, he did get me. You know, he did drop me in the second. I rocked him maybe. I rocked him once because I got a sweet right hook. I got a sweet one. And it's been perfected. That's why I think Scarface will go down to the first right hook. Demon Monsoon to the first jab. Because Demon Monsoon's a little baby. And Scarface, I believe, is a man. And to take care of a man, they only need one right hook and they go right down. So
right hook and right down. Jay, what was that question I saw on the screen?
It was JJ wanted to know, Ryan, what is your motivation for fighting?
There's really no for a belt, honestly. Well, it's for the man cave decoration, I guess you could say. Because I got like all the participant, I got the poster that I was on for my first fight, the trophy. So it's really for decoration because I got a gap on the top. So I just want a title belt to go on the top. I was tempted to go to StreetBeefs and just try to win a belt and then peace out. But, you know, they have all these weird rules, you know, but I don't know if I might have to make a thing with Scarface. If I beat you at celebrity boxing, can I pick any champion to fight and dethrone? You know, that's why I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to try to make a little something because I do want to, I would love a StreetBeefs title on top of a celebrity boxing title in the man cave. When I video game, I like looking around and having my eyes tickled, you know?
Oh, yeah, right? You're like,
I would love them to be tickled. I tickle ears. I want my eyes tickled, you know? So.
Well, beyond the fighting,
all right.
What?
Oh, sorry. What got you into comedy beyond the fighting? Was it just something you were funny and a smart ass since you were a little kid, or how does that work?
Yeah, I would say I've been addicted to laughter. I like, it's all about creating and to get a room to just be engulfed in your story. I don't really tell jokes. I just tell stories. That's why it works. Celebrity boxing, the last couple stuff I've done, I just been telling the stories of kind of what's been going on, and the crowd loves it, you know. So I'm just a good storyteller. I don't tell jokes. I don't have any jokes, but I can tell stories and get you engulfed in it, and I know how to get some giggles going on. That's for sure. I'll work a room. It's all about working that room. It's just I don't just do jokes for everybody. I personalize for the whole room. Like I sit back, I look at everybody, and I'll create jokes for everybody in the room, so everybody has their own special comedy show. And I have a right hook planned for Scarface, and oh man, I can't wait. I mean, this dude's gonna be dying. He'll be he'll be falling on the floor laughing, you know, but then he'll be unconscious at the same time. So,
so I'm curious because you like I said, you can talk mess real good. Do you ever talk shit during your fights? Because some people do, some people don't.
I would love to. I do when I'm sparring, and my coach tells me we're a team. Stop talking shit to your team, you know. And I keep telling everybody like, yo, I'm gonna go whoop your ass. And he's like, well, we're trying to make each other better. And then I'm dogging the other guy. But then when I'm in the ring, I got a mouthpiece on. You can't even understand what the hell I'm saying. So it does stink. When I'm playing basketball, oh man, that's why I wreck people one-on-one in basketball. Because oh man, I'm tickling your brain and I'm running around, you hitting a layup. So basketball, fantastic. Boxing got a problem because that damn mouthpiece, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Weak sauce, man. So you do boxing. Would you ever do MMA?
Well, I did the jiu-jitsu, and that was cool. I mean, yeah, MMA is kind of on the list. I mean, I could imagine I would be just as good, you know. So I would if that was if Face gave me any opportunity to win belts. I just want belts. I think because again, I'm a WWE fan, and that's what we're obsessed with is who's the champion. So if I had to fight somebody, if he's like, well, I'm not going to give you a boxing match, but you could fight this guy, he said, and he's doing MMA. I would fight the guy MMA just so I could win his MMA belt, you know. So
hell yeah. I mean, you're
always losing. I gave up on losing after my first celebrity boxing fight. I gave up on it. I'm like, I'm not doing it no more, you know.
I like that. I'm not losing. I gave it up.
Cool. It's not cool, you know.
So, well, yeah, that's what it was. So, since you fight, we're talking about comedy too. I personally need to know, have you ever told like a heckler in the crowd or anything to shut up, you're going to kick their ass?
No, because I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman. I would never do that. That's not the stage for that. I did, I was doing crowd work and I was working on a girl in the audience and I was, just being nice and all that stuff. And I was at a hookah bar. I mean, when you're doing comedy, you do shows everywhere. So I was not really hitting on her, but I was just being nice and I was, just complimenting her looks in a very funny way. And all of a sudden at the hookah bar, they had a fruit kind of stand over in the thing. And the boyfriend launched an orange at my head and it missed me and it darted into the back. And then all of a sudden, as I'm telling the joke, I noticed an orange is like rolling in front of me. And I'm like, did someone just throw an orange at me? And then the guy raised his hand. He was like, right here. And I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, because you're going after my girl. And I'm like, it's freaking awesome, dude. I'm like, that I've never had a heckler do that. I had him sign the orange and I kept that in my house for a hot while because that was so cool. I never had a heckler go that deep, and he was like, I will kick your ass. And I'm like, you don't have to kick my ass, dude. Just sign the orange. This is so cool. And I kind of buttered him up with how cool that was, where he was like, all right, I'll sign it. Yeah, because I'm protective of her. I'm like, I don't blame you. Dude, I've never had a heckler. You're my first heckler. And he threw an orange at my face. I'm like, that's so cool. Because that was cool because that's a story for another day. And I just live for stories for another day. If it hit me in the face, I'd had a problem. But it didn't, and it just became a cool story. And I had that orange in my house till it rotted, and then I eventually had to get rid of it. But it was cool till then,
Well, good thing whoever threw it didn't play baseball.
That's true. That is true. That thing could have popped me right in the nose,
Dude.
Yeah, no, that was pretty rough, but it was cool at the same time. I always find the positive,
Yeah. So it's funny because you say you like stories, you like this and that. Now, when I was obviously doing some of my research on you because I wanted to make sure that we had a good conversation, I had good questions. I found a song on you. It was like posted in 2015. Have you ever heard it?
A song on me? There's no way. There's another comic by the name of Ryan Dalton down in Ohio, and I've been him and beat his ass up. For I thought that would just be so cool. Like winner gets the name.
Right? Yeah.
Every time I bring it up, either because he knows I'm gonna kick his ass. It's a problem. I can't find these damn fights. So.
Right.
But then I'll find him and I'll beat him up. It's kind of what's gonna happen, and he'll have to go under a different name. Let him do his middle name and then Dalton.
Right. Your time's numbered. Other Ryan Dalton.
Yeah, maybe
that's all you are.
For him, I would definitely know about a song that was made for me. That would be so nice.
Right. I took my name back. So I'm curious. You're established as a comedian, as a fighter. You do all sorts of stuff. You're a heavy hitter. Like I said, it's hard for you to find people to fight you. If that's the case. Do you see anything that the future holds for you specifically, or anything that you want to see other than a big old belt for the man cave?
Yeah, no, I called out James Lights Out Tony. I don't know if you guys know James Lights Out Tony.
What? Yeah.
Big time boxer. I called him out. I posted a video, and he had no problem accepting the challenge, which I get it. He thinks he's good, but he's over the hill. And his son messaged me, and he was like, "My dad doesn't play boxing. I hope you know what you're doing." And I was like, "I do know what I'm doing. I train. I'll probably run circles around him. The dude's definitely over the hill. It's a senior citizen versus a young buck, So I was like, yeah, I'm Ryan Lights On Dalton. So I have no problem beating up your dad, And he was like, all right, give us the info. And then I shot it to Damon at Celebrity Boxing, and they're working on it. But James might want a lot of money, and it's still in negotiations. But I have no problem beating up James Lights Out Tony either, because obviously he's going in slow, and I just got to duck and I got to hit him before he hits me. That's the game plan. And that should be the W,
Damn, hell yeah, I like it.
And I'm like, son, I told James, I'm like, dude, I'm a generator. I mean, you could try to turn the lights off, but the generator, man, we just got endless power. The lights are always staying on,
Damn, like the Energizer Bunny, just go.
Yeah, I'm the surge protector. Do whatever you got. We're not shutting off. We're going to keep it going. It's Motel 6. We'll keep the lights on for you.
Yeah, I feel like you got like a whiteboard somewhere with just a list of names. You're just waiting to cross them all off.
I called there. I call out so many people because that's like so much fun to call people out, and then it's a nice ego boost when they just don't say anything. Just shh, I don't know. For any man would be like, oh, I'm getting challenged by this guy, and it's a payday. I'll fight him and beat him up. But when they don't say anything, that's when you know that they're worried, and it gives me that nice little ego boost that. Oh, Jim, that they're a little worried. They're a little worried. Face is worried. He's Face is worried. Diba Monsoon, he's not worried, but I'll literally just spike him into the ground like a nail. I mean,
What do you fight at? What weight do you fight at?
My first fight was at 205. Second fight was at 220. I kind of get around.
There might be a 205er who holds a belt in the scrapyard.
What?
That might take that fight by the name of Jay Gotham back again.
Back again.
Jay Gotham? Who's Jay Gotham?
If you have never seen Jay Gotham fight, you are missing out. Him and Preacher's Son is one of the best fights.
All right, I'm gonna be
all the street beefs.
Does he have a belt of any type? Because I'm obsessed with it. I collect them all.
Yeah, I think he's got the MMA belt, right?
Oh, he's got the MMA belt. Oh, I'll take that from him, like that. So I'm tickled.
Because he fought the Terrifier, who's 280. So yeah, he's down to fight anybody. I
know. I saw you did an interview with Terrifier. I've been doing my research on you guys too, Terrifier. I wasn't terrified. I didn't have at any point that I had to put my hands over my eyes or any of that. Terrifier was definitely not scary. He was kind of a PG fighter, I would like to say. So definitely had no issues. My son's 5 years old. I think he could take Terrifier if he wanted to. Because my son's tough, man. I know me and my son, we go at it. So he could probably take out Terrifier and be the youngest champion Street Beefs. But I don't know if my wife might not like. She might not.
Right. I got to keep things good.
We got to keep things good. He's still going to school. He's still going to preschool. So I don't know if he's ready for the Terrifier just yet. But my money would be on my son to kick the Terrifier's ass.
Yeah, hell yeah. You just have to.
But that MMA belt, if Scarface or Face or Scaredy Face or whatever the hell he is, I mean, he's worried. He doesn't want to come on here. That's how bad he is. But if you could set that up, I would love to take that belt for the man cave. Yeah, I'll tap that dude out. I'll tap him out because I got a dirty guillotine, dirty rear naked, and basically everything's dirty. That's what it is.
Dirty.
It's just very dirty. It's nasty. Some of it's nasty too.
Woo! It's good when you use words like that to describe.
We're gonna schedule a date for Ryan to get to Sasquatch's backyard.
I mean, that's on the bucket list is to get in there. Again, I gotta buy because I got so many nice shoes. So I'm gonna have to go shoe shopping for a pair that I can get muddy.
To be fair, we have turf.
They have AstroTurf in a cage in the scrapyard.
Yeah, we have AstroTurf in there. They got it from like part of a football field, so it's actual real turf. We laid it out, a full octagon cage.
Wow. All right, that's legit. Yeah, I'll take a belt. And then I'll walk out with it on the next Celebrity Boxing, and then hold it high, and then I'll take if I can get a title shot for Celebrity Boxing. Yeah, I just want to be covered in belts. That's kind of what it is.
Walk around with belts instead of gold chains. Walk around with belts.
Just want to be covered around in belts. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
So you said you just have a one kid, one son?
Got two. I got a 5-year-old boy and a 1-year-old girl. And
nice. So he's gonna beat up the boyfriends.
She'll be Misha Tate. She's a bulldog. I'll give her that. So she'll box like little giants. Like she could beat up dudes right now. She probably beat up the Terrifier. But again, my 1-year-old daughter can beat up the Terrifier. And I think like my wife, she's probably not gonna be down with it, But if for some reason my wife gives me the okay, I will hit up Face and I will get Leah to fight Terrifier. And then she can put because she's got princesses in her room and a Street Beefs title. That would be pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. She's got a really nice nightlight, and that nightlight would really I think it would shine, and it would be really cool. So, yeah, could my 1-year-old daughter beat up the Terrifier like that? So that would be cool, Because it's not terrifying at all. It's a weird nickname, I want to to change it.
I was gonna say, so I know some people show their kids their fights, some people don't. I like to show my kids their fights. Did your kids get to watch you fight?
Yeah, they've seen. Oh yeah, no, I usually call them after the fight.
Oh, okay.
First fight, my nose was pretty nice, and my son asked me why do I look like Rudolph because my nose was bright red, and I was just like, yeah, because Rudolph had a day off and Santa needed me to help him out, so you gotta spin it. You spin it a little bit,
Yeah.
Honestly, if I fought the Terrifier, my nose would be perfect like it is right now. It's actually it's perfect, because he's not terrifying and I don't like his name. So
calling you out.
We're not calling him out. I just wanted to change his name. Like, just be honest. Just be like, the normal guy. That would be a cool name.
The normal guy.
Just be the normal guy, because you're not terrifying.
Yeah. So what was it like then for your very first fight, being able, because a lot of people always like, yeah, street fighter, street beefs, this and that, maybe in front of a camera, but to be in celebrity boxing, have all those cameras, to be in front of a crowd, I mean, well, do you feel like you were made to go into fighting?
We were good with that, crowd. I mean, I was playing into the crowd. When I get out there, I'm not even focused on the boxer. I'm working the audience. I'm still got that comic mindset. And this guy wanted to like touch gloves with me. And then I basically just told him to go fuck himself. And I just like waved him off. And then everybody in the audience, one guy in the front row screamed, "What the F is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Oh, that's fantastic." The crowd is so, hooked into the show, So I was like, "Oh, this is great." So I was more worried about the audience being entertained than the fight. I don't really care about. It's more about the audience. I want the audience to have a good time. I'll do what I got to do to beat up this guy. But I want the audience to have fun, So, yeah, I was doing, a little bit of dance, and I put my hand up to do that respect, the classic, and then I cheap shotted him because it's for the crowd. It's not like, oh man, and then people at the corner was like, oh, that's some bullshit cheap shot, and I'm like, that wasn't for me. That was for the people. I wasn't looking to get leverage off a cheap shot. But it got everybody to boo. So I'm looking. I pay more attention to the crowd than my opponent, but yet I can still get the W. So it's cool. So I would imagine when there's no crowd, then all my attention's on my opponent, and then that's just that's an RIP. That's an RIP. If there's no show and I'm just on you, that's bad news. That's bad news. You better hope there's an audience. So I'm not really paying full attention to you. I'm paying attention to them.
I've never heard that. That's funny as shit. Like, I'm so focused in, or I'm worried about getting hit. You're like, I'm sitting there trying to watch the crowd.
I want to do cool stuff. Like, when I'm sitting down, my cornerman's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm talking to the lady in the front row. And I'm like, how was that? How did I do? What should I hit him with first, the right or the left? And they're like, oh my god, the right. I'm like, got it. Now she's like, oh my god, I'm a part of the show.
Yeah.
That's be a part of it. My corner guy was mad at me because I wasn't listening to him. But it's like, obviously, you're gonna tell me to knock him out. I already know your jargon, So I was telling the man to shut up because I already know what you're gonna tell me, So I was like, shush,
Heck yeah.
His amp up. I don't need his amp up. I'm in a fight. I don't need you to yell at me and tell me, get or do hit him with that. Obviously, I'm gonna hit him with it if I can, So I usually tell my shut up and give me water, and let me talk to the crowd.
Yeah. So I'm curious. This has been a topic on a couple episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on if Tyson Fury was to fight Francis Ngannou?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I lost mad money on Wilder. Every time Wilder fought, I put my money on Wilder, and I can't do it no more. Francis might have that punching power, but Fury knows what to do. And no matter how hot the other guy is, how hard the other guy punches, Fury figures you out, and he gets the W. So I've already lost probably like $200. It's not a lot when I'm betting with my buddies. That's a lot of money if I'm betting a hundo on Wilder. So
right,
Fury will definitely beat up the Predator. And Stipe rocked him. And Stipe's not even a hard hitter, And then Francis that not pretty bad, but Fury he'll make him look silly. I mean, Francis just hopes he can land a big shot, just like Wilder. And out too well.
Deontay Wilder. Oh man, yeah. I mean, Fury's called the Gypsy King for a reason.
Man, again, and he's doughy. His very looks can be deceiving. I mean, Wilder was, and man, Fury just dove out. Man, was dropping him left and right. I mean, he got the one shot, and Fury went down, but he came right back up, and mess. So, yep, Fury knows what he's doing. Fury knows what he's got. A good fight because he can match the athleticism. He's not just looking for that one hit, which fight I want to see. And I would probably put my money on Joshua, and I probably would have lost. But I would still put my money on Joshua, thinking he's got to be able to do it. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man.
UFC 274. My girl Thug Rose laid a fucking egg. I can't believe it. I am such a Thug Rose fan. That was the worst fight I have watched in a long time.
That was a snore fest.
Very much so.
Yeah, they were all, they were hesitant. It was like Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis. They were both just worried about the guy doing something, and it was just a stalemate of just dancing around. Thug Rose is cool. Zhang, right? Is it Zhang?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's the best, but Thug got her. But Zhang will get that belt back if they do a rematch. She's good. And she's gonna beat up JJ in their little rematch. So I got Zhang. Zhang's the alpha, the Carla. She won't retain. So
you think she'll walk through Yoyana?
Who, Carla or Zhang?
Yeah. Zhang.
Yeah, she'll run through her. Zhang's top notch. I mean, I guess Rose just has her number at the moment, but
can't lie, I did think Rose won that fight though. I mean, even though it was a snore fest, I felt like she landed a few more.
I think nobody won that fight, not even the fans. Everybody fucking lost. The fans, both fighters, everybody, the UFC, like everybody.
Well, you should, but I mean, that is like, if you want to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. Did she beat the champ?
No, not really, but
maybe not. But
I mean, we've talked about it before about, some people, once they're trying to defend their belt, but they don't want to go all out. They're just sitting there trying to collect the paycheck. They'll wait it out. Oh, cool, yeah, I'm good.
That's true. It's like Anderson Silva, Damian Maia, where he was just kind of like dancing around and just kind of waiting for the bell to ring, and and Dana hates it. So I don't know. But Rose lost, and then she's got to kick it up on the next one. So we should.
Think they give her an immediate rematch?
Well, I think I don't think nobody wants that. That'd be a hard fight. That'll be if she retains again, then maybe they'll run it back. But Carla's gonna have to retain whoever the next opponent's gonna be. But I don't think she will. I think she lucked out. She's not that good.
Yeah. But we did have a couple finishes on that card, though. I mean, how Ferguson got finished. Oh wow, that was second round clean.
That was dirty. That was a dirty hit. I like Chandler. Chandler's mad good, man. Chandler's mad good.
I like it. The round was going good. That first round, there was some good exchanges. They're going back and forth. I thought it was gonna go a full fight. It was gonna be a banger, and then right in the second round, I was just like, oh shit. And it was so good. I've been seeing the Rock's trending because of his reaction to the fight, where he's like, "Yeah, we're watching the fight." And he's like, "Oh," and he like says something, and it's like a couple million views. I'm like, "Damn!"
Did you see that? Chandler said he never even practices that kick. He just saw an opening and hit him with it.
That ball in his foot is slow mo. You could just see it just.
Oh, his face wrinkled like an old man.
Oh yeah, the old man wrinkle face like Frankie Edgar. Yeah, that's oh man, how the mind works where you're so intense. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. Good night, and then it's just like everything's off. You're like so focused, and then you go right out. It's outrageous.
It's crazy. And like the shit talking was real afterwards too. I know they were going back and forth. I forgot who said what to Ferguson. He turned around and through Oliveira, and he was like, "You better lay off the cocaine or lay off the yay. It's not a good look for you." And blah blah blah. And I was just like,
yeah. And Oliveira, Gaethje was Do Bronx is filth. I've always said that's since he's filthy standing up, and if any chance you go down with him, you're not making it back up. He's kind of like Damian Maia. If Damian Maia got that good standing, he would be, Charles Oliveira, but he never got that good on the stand-up scene. But Damian Maia is still.
Yeah, that fight was insane. When I saw that, man, when I saw the submission start to come out, I was just like, what? It's gonna I mean, I honestly thought Oliveira was gonna lose it first for a couple of those knockdowns that he had. He was sitting on the ground waiting, trying to pull guard. And I was like, ooh, he might not get this one. And then he came out and got the win. I was just like, whoa.
Sure.
I mean,
if Khabib came back and he put you wrong, so you got on that.
Ooh.
Here, don't get me started, and people are gonna get mad at me. Khabib has fought so many fucking cans and gets called the GOAT all the time. It drives me fucking insane. He's fought like 5-6 good fighters in his whole career, and they're like, oh, look at his record, never lost. Well, that's what happens when you don't fight anybody.
That's true. And I know they had GSP like ready to go, but they couldn't set it up, Talk about a super fight, GSP versus Khabib. And then GSP would have got him. He's too smart,
Mm-hmm. Oh, and and then I think they said that they might maybe do like a jiu-jitsu match, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah, but nobody wants that. Nobody.
No one wants to, we don't want to see a fight. I want to see a chess match. Damn. Yeah, I might have to put my money on Khabib because I mean his grappling is so strong. I feel like if it came, he would just strong arm his way up. But
what do you think of Chandler calling out Conor?
Yeah, he wants that big money fight.
I'm not mad at him.
No, you can't. Everybody should be calling out Conor. I mean, that's kind of what you want, that money. You want that big fight.
He's a good fighter. I mean, like what? Because then, I mean, even his fights against Gaethje and Oliveira. I mean, when you saw some of his fights against there, he's a heavy hitter. He's coming out. I think if he fought McGregor, I mean, he might end up taking that one.
Damn. Yeah, that'd be tough. No, I think. I mean, Conor, I think is on a little bit higher.
It's just this weird thing is once you make $100 million, can you get up and train to get punched in the face, right? Like Dana White always said.
Right now, I think with the broken leg, he's coming back with vengeance. He's super focused. I mean, I'm putting my money on Conor. If it was against Chandler, it's gonna be a dope fight. But I put my money on that. And then Conor's also challenging Usman. I think that's just biting off way more than you can chew. Usman would get him on that one.
Usman wanted to fight Canelo, but now that Canelo lost, Usman said today it changes things up a little on Pat McAfee, but he still might take the fight.
Yeah, it's not as like OMG now since that guy beat him. You're only as good as your last fight. So now
right.
And that's the issue with Canelo. He is such a great fighter. You look at his entire record. He's going through putting the work in. And he's moving up to a different weight class to fight someone else on a completely different level. He loses, and I just see people ripping him left and right. And it's like you said, you're only as good as your last fight.
That's true.
Boxing's weird though. Boxing, if you lose, it's like never ending, right? It's like a blemish on your record forever. MMA, you can drop 3 fights in a row, go in on a 3-4 fight winning streak of beating some monsters, and nobody cares about those losses.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Right. I mean, Ferguson, that was his 4th loss in a row, right? And I mean, people were going crazy over his fight.
Yeah. No, I think he's 3 down. He might be 3 down.
But I mean, like you said, MMA, it's crazy. People lose and they still want to see them fight. Boxers, you lose once and they're like, oh, they're washed up. Oh, what are they doing wrong?
That's true.
Well, so speaking of fighters, did you guys hear about what Nate Diaz did on the UFC Las Vegas?
Did you see that some of the MMA fighters were joking and said a real man would have shit on it?
Oh, what, he pissed, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
He took a piss.
Yeah, he went took a pee right by the office or something like that in the building, and he took pictures of both of them getting submitted from the night and said, "I make more money than both y'all."
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
He's goading them into giving him his last fight so he can get out of there because he's only got 1 fight left on his contract.
Yeah.
So he's gonna piss Dana off, tell Dana just gives him whatever the hell he wants to get him out of there. I think. Just my guess.
So he can. Yeah. Isn't that like one of that was like in the old rumor?
Yeah, and I think Bellator was offering him like a Brinks truck of money if he could go over there. Like one of them pay more for some of these guys than the UFC will, though.
That's true. Oh man, he better fight Jake Paul. Don't go down to Bellator. That's like that's WCW. That's where all the dudes, the guys who get fired from WCW go.
Hey, New World Order was cold as shit in the 90s. Okay.
No. They made something great of recycled goods, but
all right.
so hard to find an NWO. Nick Diaz isn't creating the NWO down in Bellator.
No, that's the what's he, the 303 or whatever they are that he always screams Stockton. Like he just gets in the ring and yells Stockton, motherfucker. Like that.
Yeah. Now, wasn't Nick Diaz trying to come back to the UFC at one point years ago, and he just fell through?
Well, he got suspended for 2 years for weed.
Nick, and then he came back, fought Robbie Lawler, and Robbie beat him up.
And he's getting ready to fight somebody else in the UFC. Chael Sonnen was saying.
Yeah, to do somebody again. Yeah, I don't know who, but
well,
yeah,
Ryan, we really appreciate you coming on. We won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
and if you want to shout out any of your stuff.
So scared of him. If you could just tag him in this, be like, why are you so scared of this guy? That'd be fantastic. I want to know, he should have jumped on. I tagged him right beforehand, and he's not going to jump on. It's just like, scaredy cats. I get it. I got 3 cats, but it's just like, but a scaredy cat, like my cats are more manly than Scarface. It's like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, we got to get this fight set up.
Yeah, we got to get that fight set up, and he's just got to man up. I think that he's got to try something he's never done before, and I think he needs to man up. I think that's the goal. Let's let him turn the page. Let's man up. Let's try something different.
Try something different. Celebrity boxing. Your celebrity on. You got street beefs.
I know the glove up or shut up, but in my world, you need to man up. And that's what he needs to do. He gloves up all the time. He definitely shuts up. He shut up right now. But he needs to man up. That's celebrity boxing. It's not glove up or shut up. It's man up. So where are you at?
We need one of those advisories that say the opinions of the guest do not reflect that of the.
You guys know you guys, if money was on the table, you guys know, go with the dude who's packing the hardest punch in the room. So I know you guys are already betting on me, and that's fantastic. I love you guys for that. So you just got to pass it on to him and just tell him, try something different, man. Why don't you just try manning up for once? Again, let's change it. Let's be a better person.
Switch the game.
Switch it up.
Do you have any social medias you could drop for us?
YouTube, DTV Presents. I'm on Instagram and TikTok, but I don't even remember what my names are on those. I just basically whatever goes on YouTube goes on those. So DTV Presents on YouTube. Subscribe. That's where you get all the first call outs and nonsense that I do. Everybody gets called out first on YouTube. So yeah, Scarface, that thing blew up. I already have like 500 views, and a lot of people thought I was a little out of line for that, but no, I just want checkmate. So I just moved my piece across the board. I'm sorry. And then I'll take that MMA too in the meantime. So I'll work on that. Let me work on that for a little bit. Whoever has that MMA title, I'll take that. No problem.
You cracked me up, man. Thank you.
I got to swing by. I can't be there too long, so I'm just gonna come by, swing by, beat the shit out of that dude, and then I gotta head back home. All right. But I gotta be quick. I can't be there too long. So I can't talk. I just gotta go there, beat him up, take his belt, and then maybe I'll say a couple things into the camera. And then I gotta head home. So.
Hell yeah! Well, thank you very much for coming on.
My God, please bring me back. This show's fantastic.
Well, you're welcome anytime. And everybody, that's Ryan, the legend,
Love
Dalton.
All here. This is what gives them nightmares. This is like the Freddy Krueger. This is Scarface's Freddy Krueger right here. Just gives them nightmares, and I don't blame him. It is scary, It's a bedtime story, and I will love to read it to him, because you go right to sleep. You go right to sleep when I read it,
Fair enough.
Sweet dreams, sweet prince. That's what I like to say to Face. Just maybe he'll man up. We'll find out.
Right. Well, there you have it, guys. The call out has happened. Maybe we'll get it set up. That was electric, buddy. He has got an electric personality. He is funny.
Yes, he does. I like that. I didn't know what to say to a couple of those things. I'm unbiased. I'm the host. We're hosts. We can't play super favorites.
No, and everybody knows, dude, Street Beefs has done so much for all of us that, and it's all in fun. Otherwise, if I really felt somebody was taking a shot at Street Beefs, any of the organizations, you know, for real, it would bother me. But when it's a comedian cracking jokes, trying to get himself paid, man, you fight Scarface on Celebrity Boxing, make some money. Like, you can't fault the dude for that. And I don't think I only watched his first video, so if anything past that, but I didn't think nothing was ridiculous on there.
Right, like I said, if you kept the PG, no swear words, and we're like, cool. Now I'm curious. So, do you want to hear some of Buddy V's fighter picks of the week?
Buddy V's fighters to watch.
I'm excited because, like I said, sometimes I pick here, there, whatever. I have a specialty. I picked a minimum one from every branch.
Oh.
Now, this is the fun one. The OG Yard, it's a revamp because I had already picked Sensation once before. The reason why his name comes up a second time is because he fought this dude Kraken. There was all covered like tribal tats, this and that. Apparently, the dude has fought all sorts of different Emmys. He beat the dude's ass so bad in MMA one time, guy went to the hospital and damn near died. So I was really curious about this fight. You get called Sensation too weak, too little. Sensation fights at like 135. So Kraken dropped away, this and that, and he's still talking shit to Sensation. They come out first round, and he throws a spinning back elbow. Sensation fucking catches this, puts him in a hold, puts him to sleep. Not even like 20 seconds into the fight. He's out cold. They're sitting there, he's fighting, and then you see his whole body limp. And then as soon as they like let go, he lets go, pushes him right off. He's just, I'm too small, too weak, right? Too small, too weak. I have 2 belts. That ain't enough. And I forgot who he called out, and then he called somebody else out for the 3rd belt. I'm just like, I gotta bring this name up again. I was just so impressed of just shit. So, and yeah, he was already on BLK Prime, all this other shit. So, second, Street Beefs Dirty South. Now, this one is fun because there's still a lot of up-and-coming fighters. They've only had so many events. You know, at one point it was Anarchy, and it switched up to Dirty South, Nasty Native. So, some of the fighters, they got new people. But one I'm looking at is Black Bear. So, he fought once before, and he fought, what was it? The Soul. I think that was his first. No, it was the second fight. The Sauce was his first fight. One. I don't remember what round, but it was by rear naked choke. Second fight, The Soul. He won whether it was the first or second round, rear naked choke. Once again, I like him. He's got some wrestling styles, slamming his opponent to the ground. I was impressed. I like him. I want to see what he does as a fighter for the Dirty South. I think he's going to start making a name for himself. He's 2-0. He's came out, guns blazing. I like it. So that's my second pick. Third, this is going to be Street Beefs West Coast. Now, this guy has been like a moderator in the group. He helps out at all the events. I met him. When I actually lost my fight to Laminite in the West Coast Yard, he was the one that was telling me it's okay, this and that. He's like, put your gloves up. I had him on his shoulders. All around great guy. But El Wama, he just had his fight, finished the dude with the flurry punches. I follow all his social medias. He puts his shit out there. He's training all the time. I've messaged him here and there. Cool ass dude. He puts the work in. He does a lot for Street Beefs West Coast. All the time, constantly helping, contributing, all around. I mean, the West Coast has nothing but love for this dude. Fucking Scrapyard, OG Dirty South. You need to check him out. I'm not saying he's 100% going to knock everyone out. He has wins. He has losses. But he comes back twice as hard, and I love it. So he has my attention. Then, for Scrapyard, I have 2 fun picks. One is the Caveman. He came out, and this is one of those situations where a fighter comes out and absolutely annihilates their opponent. I feel like their skill level is a bit above their opponent because when you have this here and there, you have people who are ready to fight. And some people think there might be a level 2 or whatever. And at first, it was a good square match. I was like, this is going to be good. Well, then Caveman landed one fat, heavy hit right on Tex. And you just see Tex, you can see his spirit crumble. He's going and fighting. He's standing, walking back, going like this, not defending himself properly. I just felt like he mentally checked out of the fight. It was just a matter of time until the Caveman took him. There was heavy punches. I think the one that ended up finishing the fight with the 3 knockdown roll was he got him with a clean, like almost a hook overhand, just dropped him. So I want to see him. Second, unfortunately, he's not here tonight, but I was going to say the Canadian, because he won his fight against the comedian. He didn't dance around as much as his fight with Golden Arms. I was impressed. He had some skill. I liked the body, head body, switched up his combos. He was in and out. He was mobile without dancing around, and he never had flat feet. I really liked the movement. I think that we're going to see an improvement in his fighting style. Also, because he's one of those people who's doing stuff outside of the cage. He's trying to be an actor. He's doing all this other stuff, working on so much I can even list, and I kind of not gonna lie. I kind of was gonna make him list all the stuff off, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so those are my fighters for the week. Sensation from the OG Yard, El Wama from West Coast, from Dirty South, Black Bear, and from the Scrap Yard, the Canadian and Caveman.
Well, there you have it. And next week, the Canadian should be back. Buddy V, why don't you tell everybody what you got going on?
Shoot, I read the magazine here. I'm slipping right now. But we have the Overtime Hustling. Shout out to them because I was featured in their magazine. Yankee and the Brit also has their own page in there for their ad space because, you know, you can't go anywhere without seeing them. Zuel, right here. This is the Jaguar I drew. But Zuel's part of my last name. That's what I represent, what I love. That's my company. And Zuel is whatever the fuck you want. Now, my birthday is this month, May 24th. May 24th, right at midnight when it turns, I'm going to have a new release on my website. You're not only going to find some clothing in there with a few different accessories, but there's going to be a hot sauce released by one of our people that are watching, JJ. He is my uncle. He made the recipe. We're bottling it, and it is phenomenal. We have mild and wild, and that's all I'm going to say. They're both green, so be prepared because usually the red ones are the hot. So Zuel, whatever the fuck you want. Shout out to Zuel_Buddy V for the Instagram, Zuel-World for the website. Shout out to not just Overtime Hustling, but the Yankee and the Break. Check out all their shows they do. You know, I can't list them all because I can't remember them off the top of my head. But and shout out to everybody else that comes out. What was it? Heart in the Fight, to the Scrapyard, Street Beefs OG, West Coast, Dirty South. Everybody else, appreciate all that you do. Everyone that tunes in, thank you. And I'll stop talking because I'm sure you're sick of my voice today.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Buddy ran it down. Yankee and the Brits got something for everybody. So just go check it out. One world, one love. Deuces.